Right now, 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 right now. Oh, I got a real good feeling.
We try to bring you high-quality educational and informational content every single day. Why do you think the price is having such an anemic time? The news story of the hour. Jump onto the chart. Is this the beginning of a massive financial unraveling? We got to add a little addendum to the show map today. So we start here on the daily. Now, we've been looking at the RSI on Bitcoin's daily chart for the last several days. It always has been, but it's been increasing over the last 50 years since the government has been Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and welcome back to Coffee and Crypto Live. This is your weekday daily morning show where we bring you the latest in everything Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And in today's episode, Bitcoin has gone on a massive rally back up to $100,000, and XRP has as well. No, it's not rallied to $100,000. That'd be pretty nice for all of us, but it has rallied all the way back up to the previous all-time high of $3. We're not quite at the 313 all-time high, the 330 all-time high, actually. That'd be Cardano's all-time high, but we did hit $3 this morning, and we're currently trading at $2.92, and all things are back as they should be. After many years of things being backwards, we now finally have the big three back in proper order. As of this morning, Tether has fallen into fourth position, giving us our once and for all lineup of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP in exactly that order. We'll return to normalcy here in the cryptocurrency space. Today, we're going to be talking about the upcoming administration in the cryptocurrency, in the United States federal government, the External Revenue Service that was proposed yesterday by Donald Trump. We're going to be talking about the massive rally going on right now on Bitcoin and XRP, and most importantly, we'll be discussing where all of this will be taking us over the rest of this month, moving into the rest of this year. If you are like me and want to see your portfolio grow in 2025, and you want to make sure to maximize your growth in this market, then you found the right video. So without much further ado, let's go ahead and read some chat. Thank you all for tuning in. Big shout out to Joe Bollier, who was first in chat today. Blasnik is in chat. Cosmin B. Tundra is in chat. Eternal Warrior is in chat. The Drake Equation also in chat, and many, many more. Thank you all for tuning in. We've already got over 180 people watching live. Make sure to go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here, because we've got a lot of high-quality educational content coming your way very, very soon. Let's get started over here on CoinMarketCap. Bitcoin currently trades at $99,000, and this happened because of a report that came in from a certain Bureau of Labor Statistics that we actually saw an increase in CPI, a substantial increase in CPI inflation. Inflation rose by 0.4% all the way up to 2.9% over the last month. This is a major change because it signals that the United States dollar is not growing. It is not, the inflation is not slowing down at the speed that the Fed wants. Now, we do have a massive slowdown in the energy commodities such as fuel, oil, and gasoline, but everything else is still running pretty hot. Natural gas and electricity in general are pretty hot. Meat, poultry, fish, eggs, all of that is running at about 4.2%. And then you've also got several other factors over here that are leading to very high CPI numbers. So, for example, motor vehicle insurance still sitting at 11.3%. And my goodness, isn't that true? How do we have any money left over for anything else after paying that stupid gecko and the lady that makes jokes about saving money? How do we have any money after we pay Progressive and Geico and State Farm and Allstate and Nationwide? It's always on your side unless your house is on fire, in which case they are nowhere to be found. Hospital services are up 3.5%. Airline fares up 8%. Motor vehicle maintenance and repair up 6.2%. So quite a lot of different components of the consumer price index are running very hot still. And so that led to a major rally on a few different assets. It led to a lot of impact this morning on a lot of different assets. Actually, Bitcoin went into a major rally this morning after the 8:30 announcement of the consumer price index jumping up to 2.9% in all items, including food and energy. And we saw Bitcoin rally from $97,000 within just 2 hours, all the way from $97,200 to $99,800, one of our previous all-time highs. When you look at that, that's a $2,500 movement in exactly 2 hours. At 10:30, about an hour ago, Bitcoin was trading $2,500 higher, just shy of $100,000. This is a very helpful development, and I'm going to explain exactly why. Here's why. Moving into the election, there's two ways this can go. Either one, election day happens, inauguration day happens, Donald Trump signs a litany of executive orders, some of them having to do with a strategic Bitcoin reserve for Bitcoin and a lot of other different things that he's talking about doing. Those being signed could lead to a major rally on Bitcoin like that, just a absolutely massive explosion, because all the doubters that thought, he's not going to do it, are now silenced because he actually did it. And in turn, Bitcoin would go into a major rally. On the other hand, you run into a scenario where it's very possible that Donald Trump is a little slower on the draw. I mean, he is running the most powerful nation on planet Earth. On January 20th, he once again becomes the most powerful human being alive. And so the guy's busy, you could say. So it may be that I'll get to cryptocurrency. We'll get to that on day 4. We'll get to that on day 7. We'll get to that on day 87. And some of this stuff happens either through Congress, so it takes longer. And so people that don't understand that the best way to do some of this growth is through Congress think, oh man, Trump lied. He doesn't care, and he doesn't care about Bitcoin. When in fact he's just sending things through Congress because he's got a red Congress, and he wants to do it right and make it last. And in that case, there's a high possibility that you could see a massive flash crash on Bitcoin. This recent CPI development leans us more in the direction that we're going to have a big rally on election day. And the reason for that is because this rally that we're witnessing right now pushes Bitcoin even farther in the green. We saw a massive red candlestick drop us all the way down to $89,000 just a couple of days ago. And then in 72 hours, Bitcoin has rallied 12%. Massive rally off the bottom down there. I don't know if you guys bought the dip. We certainly did. We love buying dips around here at Crypto Jeb, and we love acquiring Bitcoin down at those levels. And ever since this announcement, not only has Bitcoin recovered from that correction, no, in fact, it has bounced above the 20 daily exponential moving average. And if we can just stay here and break $100,000, or even just trade sideways up here for a little while, we'll end up breaking this downtrend, leading to more bullish exuberance moving into Inauguration Day, which would lead to a very good bullish setup leading into J20, right? So with January 20th coming up fast, we want to make sure that Bitcoin is as bullish as possible leading into that day, so that the inauguration and the subsequent executive orders would end up leading to a massive rally, because you're basically just pouring jet fuel on a house fire right there. Okay, so that's what we're hoping to see, is that Bitcoin will continue on this major rally as a result of CPI. But let's kind of back up, talk about all the constituent parts. Then let's turn around and bring them back in together into a cohesive narrative that we can walk away with and say, this is what's going on Bitcoin today. This is where we think Bitcoin's going next week. And most importantly, this is what we're going to do about that. Welcome to the stream. If you're new here, my name is Jeb McAfee. I've been here for about 7.5 years. When I got into Bitcoin, Bitcoin was in the 4 digits. Now it's in the 6. Bitcoin was at $2,900 when I started in Bitcoin. If you look on the chart, in fact, it's kind of what I do for a living, is I do charting. When you look on the chart in the logarithm on the linear scale, you can barely even see where I got into the space. Way back over there. That was right before everything started taking off like a Roman candle. So I've seen my fair share of things in Bitcoin. There's over 3,000 videos on this channel teaching you guys how to succeed with cryptocurrency, and it's my passion. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we'll continue learning together here. Let's read a little bit of chat, and then we're going to start talking about all the different things that are going on right now. There's a lot to talk about, so we'll get started here in just a second. Rick4962 is in chat, said prayers. Carlos Mahia is in chat, said hello, Jeff. Hello to you. Anthony Blasnick is in chat. Jared Moore's in chat. Can't wait for H-bar to break out. Probably will. Jeb, you keep saying XRP almost back to its ATH. It's already past it. Who goes by fiat instead of market cap? That is true. When we go over to XRP here, you can see that XRP has grown substantially on price action. It has hit its all-time high. By market capitalization, it has actually shattered all-time high, which is phenomenal. So the previous all-time high was $120 billion in market capitalization. When you look at the market capitalization here, right here, you can see we actually surpassed that a little while ago, back in December. So now we're going up towards major all-time highs. There has been a decent bit of dilution as more XRP has been released into the world, which has led to some inflation. But as we know, XRP does actually have a maximum supply of 100 billion. 57 billion is out. So while there is some inflation going on, it is limited. So the people that have believed in XRP for a very long time are now starting to reap the rewards thereof, and we are one of them. You know, I've had my questions and my doubts about XRP for a long time, but the last couple of years we've actually been really on board because we see what they're doing, we see what Ripple's doing, we see how they're integrating XRP, we see that RLUSD is doing very well. We can see that the regulatory landscape is very bullish. We just made a video last week actually that you should go check out, talking about how XRP is probably going to go to $8.50 this cycle, if not even substantially higher. If we look at the XRP price here, then we will be able to see that. Let's go on over to XRP on the Bitfinex chart. XRP right here has quite a few different price targets. One of the big ones that we're looking at is the 2.618, $8.50 territory. I do believe that we're most likely going to hit that at this point. We're very much looking at a big rally going on right now. Let's take a look at the shorter term perspective on XRP, shall we? Yes, let's do it. Just go ahead and clean out this chart here just a little bit, and we'll take a look here because we are now at bull market highs as of just the last 48 hours or so. On the hourly chart, huge rally has been taking place. As you'll know, we discussed for a long time how XRP had been sitting here right below the 0.786 Fibonacci level. In fact, XRP was below the 0.78 Fibonacci extension level on the last video that we did. On that video, we talked about how XRP was probably going to break that, and it was going to end up rallying up to 313. And I told you that you could take a small, maybe 10% profit exit, 10 to 20% exit, right here at $2.95. And the reason for that is because you can lock in your principal if you're really not very confident. Now, if you're like me, you're probably not going to be doing a lot of that. We took a little bit of profit, but not much, and that was only because we were up 7x. And we still have over 75% of our original XRP position to ride out this rally, which is very encouraging because XRP breaking above the 0.786 level leaves us with the next level of resistance being the previous all-time high on price action. As was so astutely pointed out in chat, we are above the previous all-time high on market cap, but when you go to the daily chart, we're not back at price action all-time high, which sits at 332, but that is likely going to be achieved very soon. And with a $3.30 XRP coming very soon, that would be a rally of 10%, and it would also pave the way for a new massive rally because, as was stated, back during the previous bull market where we saw it 2 bull markets ago, when we saw XRP hit 330 for the first time, it had, if I recall correctly, a circulating supply of about 33 billion. Now it has 57 billion, so the circulating supply is much higher, which means we've broken market capitalization all-time high, which means the price action all-time high will likely not be as big of a level of resistance, which means we will probably not sit there below 330. We'll probably keep rallying through it. And when we continue to rally through 330, then that will allow for XRP to have this huge burst of energy because breaking an all-time high generally leads to a great deal of confidence in the bulls that invest in that market. Right? You tracking with me here? Cool. So where does that leave XRP and Bitcoin going very soon? Well, so long as they're able to maintain their massive bullishness in the next, so long as they're able to maintain their huge amount of bullishness that they've had, then leading into the inauguration, then we're likely to see this market continue rallying in a big way. Let's get nitty-gritty on Bitcoin and XRP here for a second when it comes to technical analysis. XRP has gone on this enormous rally, and here we actually managed to build an inverse head and shoulders pattern. I'm not sure if you've noticed this, but this inverse head and shoulders pattern gives us a price target that points up towards our previous all-time high. Our price target would probably be drawn something like this, which points us up towards about $3.10. But in reality, when you get to $3.10, you're so close to all-time high, as we know. One of our principles of technical analysis that we talk about is that major levels of resistance are magnetic. It's kind of like a junkyard magnet, right? I need to get a big magnet one day to describe this. But you got the magnet here and you got the car here and just go boom, it just levitates and floats off the ground. Like I saw a video yesterday that said physics is scary, right? And somebody took one of those metal folding chairs and threw it into an MRI and it just got sucked in there and they were trying to pull it out and they couldn't get it out, right? It's a magnet. It gets sucked up there. And so when you are right below this massive level of resistance, what ends up happening is that you get sucked up straight towards the level of resistance. It happens all the time on markets. And so with XRP sitting right here just below $3.30, with this inverse head and shoulders pattern pointing towards 310, which is another few dollars higher than where we are right now, all we've got to do is break through $3, which we actually did this morning. We broke up to 305, 303, something like that. All we got to do is break through $3 with confidence, and then 330 is in sights. After we hit 330, we'll probably break it pretty quickly because we've already broken all-time high on market capitalization by a country country mile. Like, we're tens of billions of dollars higher. We're almost $100 billion higher than we were in 2018. And so 330 will be broken very easily, with the incoming administration being very pro Bitcoin and pro XRP. A $10 XRP is very, very, very much saying that a $10 XRP is very much in the cards. Very much in the cards. That's only a 3x, guys. XRP only needs a 3x from where it is now to get to $10, and it's probably going to happen. With the headwinds from the Securities and Exchange Commission gone, with the likely XRP ETF coming soon. I mean, come on, guys. Think about it. Just think about it for a second. People call XRP the banker's coin, right? Somebody in chat is saying you were on, yeah. The people call it this stuff, and I've called it that before. People call it that, and you know why? Because XRP is the most integrated with TradFi cryptocurrency of its size. Well, what does that mean? Think about it for a second. It is a coin that works. It's a company that works with the banks, that works with the banking system. Doesn't that mean, and the big banks are adopting it, like all of the massive, Bank of America is working with XRP now, right? Don't you think that the next ETF would be XRP? It's the third largest cryptocurrency. Doesn't it make sense that XRP would be the next ETF to come out? Yeah, it does. Has XRP always been the project that it is now? No, it's grown a lot. And the SEC case being closed was a big part of it because it had a lot that it was wanting to do, and it just didn't have the ability to do it. But now that that's closed, now that we're having a pro-cryptocurrency administration, everything has completely shifted in the last 2 years. And so XRP's horizon is just gorgeous. And so an ETF is likely to come. And when the ETF comes, you know who's going to be buying that ETF? Not just retail, the banks. Why? Because they have the ability to invest. It's almost like if the banks could invest in Swift 25 years ago. Come on, every banker under the sun would do that. Come on, Swift facilitates tens of trillions of dollars of transactions. And what Ripple is doing is going to end up being a major competitor to that. We can't say for sure that it's going to completely overtake Swift, but we can say that Ripple is going to be able to build things that are going to have a huge amount of market capitalization. So the banks are going to be buying the XRP ETF. And the banks are going to be pushing for the creation of one. Here's the thing. We've got to understand when things are changing. 5 years ago, XRP was a completely different project than it is today. It has gone through a massive amount of development. The biggest thing that it was struggling with was the regulatory clarity and the regulatory green lighting. And it's here now. And so good deal for that. Now, let's talk a little bit about the shorter term. On the daily chart, of course, we are also above the 20 daily exponential moving average. And if we take a look at Lux Algo here, Lux Algo has a buy signal, a confirmed buy signal, green buy signal right there. Trend catcher is green, indicating a major rally going on. If we look out on the longer term time frames, the same thing is happening. We are above the trend catcher here. We're above the 20 daily exponential moving average, above this reversal zone, confirmed buy signal. Weekly chart, same deal here. Very, very, very bullish. It's hard for it to be much more bullish than it is, even out here on the weekly chart. On the monthly chart here. We've got a green trend catcher. If we just go ahead and turn off all the drawings, we have a green trend catcher here. And we had a green buy signal back here in April of 2021. So from every single time frame, XRP is extremely bullish right now. If we look on the weekly chart here, XRP RSI is sitting at 81. Previously, it was at 92, which means that it's not necessarily done here. A lot of times in a bull market, you'll have multiple of these peaks, right? You might have 3, 4, 5, 6. So XRP has shown that it can go to 92 on RSI. After the correction down to baseline and back down to 72 on RSI, for XRP to go back to 92 on RSI, you would probably need to rally to $5 or $6. So it makes a lot of sense that the future is very bright for XRP. All the Fibonacci's give us great levels. $4.90 is in range. We could very easily see that come very, very soon. And at the end of the day, we've got to understand that XRP has a lot of growth ahead of it. We're very excited about it. In fact, one of my employees called me the other day and he was like, Jeb, I want to build even more of a portfolio. He buys Bitcoin every day and, he's kind of drank the Kool-Aid and he loves cryptocurrency, right? He works with us after all. He's one of our sales guys. And so it's funny. He's like, what other coin would you buy other than Bitcoin? And I told him, actually, I would consider buying XRP. I think it has the biggest upside potential of anything in this market. Ethereum's chugging right along, doing its thing. Solana's chugging right along, doing its thing. But XRP, oh my goodness, the shift This is a month ago, 2-3 weeks ago, right after Christmas that we had this conversation. So it's funny because he probably did that because pretty much anytime he calls me and says, what should I do? He does it. He's probably up 20 or 25% by now on the trade that he made, on the position that he took. And the thing that you see here is it's a completely different game, right? So much has changed. There's been growth in Cardano. There's been growth in Ethereum. There's been growth in Solana. There has been a cataclysmic shift and change in XRP. And one of the reasons that I didn't like it for a long time was because of how much headwind it was getting from the regulatory bodies. They hated it. Couldn't stand it. They weren't going to let it happen. Well, it's gone. It's gone. When that SEC case closed, things got different. Things changed. And so ever since then, we've been very bullish on XRP. And I'm glad because we acquired XRP down in the 40 cent range. We've got XRP from down there. And it's doing very well. And it's going to continue to do well. So very happy for everybody in the XRP community. Very, very happy for everyone in the XRP community. And definitely looking forward to seeing its continued growth. Steve Newsom said, digging the beard. Thank you. Seek and Hunt said, Jeb has a long beard. I like beards. I like my beard. Days like this are the best when you wake up and look at your portfolio. Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking this morning. I'm bullish exclusively based on the 4-year cycle. My entire strategy was built off DCA. The bear market, sell the post-halving year. And that's good. That's good. Let's see. Folks, hit that like button now. It only takes a second and truly supports this channel. Let's show Jeb some love and appreciation for all he brings to us every day. Thanks, friends. Absolutely. Absolutely appreciate you. I'm bullish exclusively based on the 4-year cycle. Yep. Let's see. Bulls getting ahead of themselves. Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Please talk about Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Crash is not something that I would buy. Ever. You know what's sad to me? People that bought Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin. Ooh. Oh, goodness gracious. Like, you ever open up a history book and it's like, ah! That's how I feel about people that bought Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin. Oh, my word. Let's see. Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin. I love Litecoin. I've got a huge... I am a big fan of Litecoin. For sentimental reasons. You ever have something and you hold on to it just for sentiment? It's like, I can't fit in this t-shirt anymore. I ate too many donuts. It's too small for me. Or you're like, you know, I'm lazy. I don't do that anymore, but I still have this thing, right? That's Litecoin. I don't have any Litecoin. I haven't held Litecoin in like 8 years, but it's 6 years. But the first cryptocurrency I ever bought was Litecoin. I bought a quarter share of a Litecoin when it was trading at $41.02 a couple of months after it got listed on Coinbase. It was the first transaction I ever did in cryptocurrency. It was right here, August, probably 4th. It was probably right around this day, right here on this chart. Little while after Litecoin was founded. And I watched it rally up to $300. And so I thought it was the next big thing. It was one of my worst calls. I was so big on Litecoin. In fact, the video that kicked off this channel was a Litecoin price prediction. I was new on YouTube. I made some videos. A couple of them got a couple hundred views. I'm like, yeah, I got a couple hundred views. Woo! I'm doing something right. I got 2 subscribers. Wow. Right. In fact, I think YouTube may have removed this feature, but there used to be a way to, let's see. You used to be able to go backwards on the channel and sort by oldest. Can you still do that? I don't know. Yes, you can. Here we go. Is Bitcoin overextended? The very first video on this channel is me calling the Bitcoin bear market. But then we also had this one. This video, oh my goodness, this is a terrible video. Litecoin price prediction. Can Litecoin hit $5,000 in 2018? I genuinely was drinking my own Kool-Aid. I had no idea what I was talking about. I don't understand why the first 100 people subscribed to this channel because I had no freaking clue what I was doing. Litecoin, we predicted, could it go to 5,000? No, it's not going to go to 5K, but it could go here. And that video got 15,000 views and a couple hundred subscribers. And everybody that bought it, I'm so sorry for you. That was a bad call. I had been in crypto for 4 months. I don't know why you were listening to me. Now I've been in cryptocurrency for, 8 years. And generally, when we make a call, it works. But back then, that video did really well. I genuinely believed what I was saying. I was very wrong. Litecoin, I realized a couple of years later, is not a good investment. And the reason is because it's not different enough from Bitcoin. It does not have enough differentiation from Bitcoin. And so it does nothing. So I feel so bad about you guys that have invested in Litecoin over the years. The last time I encouraged anybody to invest in Litecoin was in 2018. And the reason for that, again, is because it just quite simply does not have enough differentiation from Bitcoin. Are there going to be transactions on it? Yes. Do some people use Linux? Yes. Is it mass adopted? No. Are some people going to use? I mean, over here you see Litecoin bragging about their new transaction, how much transactions they're doing. That's great. I love that. I love that for Litecoin. I hope some of you guys in the next 30 years, because of inflation, will get your money out of Litecoin. But it's the same thing with Bitcoin Cash. I should make a video titled "The Worst Coins to Purchase in the Top 100." I'm sure one of them would just go moonshot and bite me in the butt. But Bitcoin Cash is another one of them. Hard fork off Bitcoin. There's almost no difference. There's almost zero difference between Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin, except that it's got an 8 megabyte block size instead of 1 megabyte. This was before the SegWit 2x updates on Bitcoin, so Bitcoin is actually able to process a lot more transactions now. And also, you've got Lightning Network being built on top of Bitcoin for a lot faster settlement and intermittent settlement on the blockchain rather than final settlement for every single transaction on the blockchain, which means that Bitcoin itself has higher transactional throughput and higher security than Bitcoin Cash does. And the only reason Bitcoin Cash was created was to solve those two problems, and it did it the wrong way. And Roger Vere's fall from grace. Oh my goodness! Last time we saw a fall from grace that big, the army of hell was created. Poor Roger Ver picked the wrong side in that civil war. I remember this happened about a month after I got into cryptocurrency. I watched it go up here, and I remember I'd been in crypto for 3 weeks. I said, oh my gosh, Bitcoin Cash is going to go all the way up to where Bitcoin is. And I bought it at $3,000. I bought like $10, right? I bought it at like $3,000, rode it all the way down to 172. Lost my $10. That was the first lesson. I was in crypto for a month, and I had my lesson right then on stop losses. Never again have I touched Bitcoin Cash. Never again will I, because it is Bitcoin trash. Is Bitcoin Cash going to perform very well this year? I don't know. Maybe it could double from 445 to 900. Sure, could it? Maybe. Is that a good bet? No, it's terrible. Nobody's buying Bitcoin Cash. And to the last 3 people out there that are still convinced that Bitcoin Cash is the real Bitcoin, get a grip. It's not. Please, please, wake up and smell the coffee, my friend. It's not coming back. Could it grow? Yeah, there's always going to be noobs that come in here and say, oh my gosh, there's a version of Bitcoin that's worth 1/200th as much as Bitcoin. It's a 200th of Bitcoin. I could buy that. What if it goes to where Bitcoin is? And they don't know any better. And they get scammed by people that are trying to get out of their Bitcoin cash bags that they bought 6 years ago, and they're still holding on to it. Don't get scammed. Stay away from Bitcoin Cash. Stay away from Bitcoin trash. Don't buy Bitcoin trash. Don't do it. And don't buy Litecoin either, because you'll be a little light on your gains. Those are my calls on that. So what should we be looking at this cycle? Bitcoin and XRP are looking absolutely phenomenal. I love Ethereum. I think Ethereum's going to do great, but I'm going to be honest, XRP's got a better outlook than Ethereum does. It's got a smaller market cap, far more mobile, a lot more going on with the development. I could see XRP very easily could flip an Ethereum. I'm just going to put it out there. XRP, I actually think, could flip an Ethereum. It could totally happen. We'll see what happens, but it could absolutely happen. Would not be surprised at all, and I do want to build a much larger position in XRP, because honestly, it was only about a year and a half ago I started being pro XRP. You guys know I wasn't a fan of it for a long time. I wasn't a fan of it for a long time because it was a quote unquote banker's coin that the bankers didn't want. But that's changed, right? And so that's where we've got to adjust with the times. Was anti-XRP for a long time. I'd say not even so much anti-XRP, but very much skeptical of it. But nowadays, I can definitely see where it's going, and it makes a lot of sense to me. So I've come around. We have an XRP position, probably going to be building an even larger position in XRP. So would definitely say I'm a fan of it at this point. Very excited about where it's going to go. So Bitcoin, XRP, really good picks this cycle. Litecoin, Bitcoin trash would be not very good picks this cycle. Let's talk a little bit about Bitcoin itself, though, because what I'm most excited about is honestly this line right here. Let's just go ahead and delete everything. I love this button. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's down here. It's down here. It's right behind me, right there. There's this button, and it says remove drawings. Boom, the trash button. Remove all the drawings. My favorite button on TradingView. I love just getting rid of stuff I don't need. It's a beautiful thing. That line right there. That line right there. That's exciting. Let's go back on over to this line right here. This line right here. That's a fun line. This is the uptrending level of support that we've been sitting above for a very long time. You can see it right here. This is a very exciting uptrend. And the reason it's a very exciting uptrend is because when you extrapolate this on the log chart, let's just go out to 2035 and see where that has us. At 2035, that has us at $30 million. So are we going to keep that up? No, we're not going to. But when you look out later on for the rest of this decade, it still makes a lot of sense. By the time you get into the 2030s, it stops making sense because you're not going to be able to go linearly on a parabolic, on a logarithm chart forever. But we probably will be able to sustain it for a while. And what I do think is you're going to end up seeing a bounce off of this line, a similar height to what you saw in the last two bull markets. So you can see we saw a bounce off this high right here. It's kind of a diminishing return, right? You have this bounce. It's about that high. So about the same bounce off of that line in this cycle. This cycle really got stunted, so we didn't quite get that high. But let's say that we even got as high as we did last time, right about here. That puts us where? That puts us at $600,000 this cycle. Is that going to happen? Not necessarily. Like I said, I think you're going to see some more kind of tapering off growth. But when you look at this, $200,000 does not seem that far away. When you look at this line, 200K does not seem far away at all. In fact, we have not gone parabolic on the logarithm chart like we did on in 2021 yet. I'm going to put it out there that I think the vast majority of this bull market still hasn't happened. I actually think this cycle, Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency space, cumulatively, total market cap, will rally to over $10 trillion. And that's going to happen because everyone is adopting Bitcoin. We talked about for a long time about the S-curve of adoption. For any of you guys who don't know, I am one of the OG YouTubers here in the cryptocurrency space. I've been around the block. I've been here longer than most of the people you know. Carl over at the Moon, he and I are friends. I started my channel a month before him. BitBoy Crypto, know him? Started the channel a few months before him. The only YouTuber that you still know that's still relevant, that has an older channel than us is Data Dash. Nick Merton over there. Great guy. That's a quality individual right there. You guys ought to go subscribe to Data Dash. I was watching his videos before I ever started my channel. He's one of the only people still making YouTube videos. Peter Saddington also, Agile Peter. He makes some content. He and I are friends as well. He started before us, but other than those two, I'm pretty sure I've been on YouTube longer than any of the people you watch on YouTube with crypto. And so I've been here for a while, and what I've learned is that Bitcoin is nowhere near done. 200K is very simple for Bitcoin. 100,000, $10 trillion on coin market on total market capitalization. Sounds crazy until it happens, and then it happens twice. It's coming. This bull market has barely even started. The barely even started. A lot more to come. So what do? Well, the best thing we can do is continue to dollar cost average. This is where we get a little bit philosophical. We need some philosophical coffee. You know who I haven't seen in chat in a while is the philosopher. Philosopher. Where's philosopher? We need to do a little philosophy right now. How do we succeed? Do we succeed because of Bitcoin? To some degree, yeah. To some degree, we do. To some degree, we do succeed because of Bitcoin. Because without Bitcoin, we wouldn't have the investments that we have, right? We do have Bitcoin here. The only issue is we cannot control. The only issue is that we cannot control Bitcoin. No one can. People have asked me before as a Christian, Jeb, do you think Bitcoin is the one world currency? No, because no one can control it. No one. I don't think the devil himself could control it. It's uncontrollable. It is completely decentralized. It is the first thing in the history of mankind that we have created that looks more like a law of nature than an actual piece of technology. It is remarkable. It's nuts. When you understand that we have created something, we open Pandora's box. When Bitcoin was invented, all hell was guaranteed to break loose in the modern day financial system. By the way, I'm wearing my new Bitcoin shirt. Love it. All hell was guaranteed to break loose in the traditional financial system because once you invented it, once you let it go, it's a self-replicating swarm of nanobots that just devour everything in its path. You cannot stop it. You cannot control it. You cannot censor it. You cannot condemn it. You cannot cease. You cannot cause it to cease to exist. It becomes something like gravity or electromagnetism. It becomes something like love. It becomes something like hate. It becomes something that cannot change. It's just there. You can regulate as much as you want, but gravity's not going anywhere. You can regulate as much as you want, but people are still going to love each other or hate each other. You can regulate as much as you want, but the sun's still going to rise tomorrow. You cannot control this thing. Name one other piece of technology invented in the history of mankind that acts that way. One. Think of one. I can't. Can you? I can't think of a single thing that we have invented that is uncontrollable and good. There are things that we have invented that are uncontrollable and bad. But think of one thing that we've invented that is completely uncontrollable. I'm not saying it could get out of hand, but it's under control now. I'm saying it's not under control. Bitcoin does its own thing, whether you like it or not. It continues to operate, whether you like it or not. You don't have to give it permission like, nukes. Yeah, well, Jeb, what about nukes? Those are uncontrolled. You have to send them. They're not just happening at all times and you can't stop them. Thank God. Bitcoin is happening at all times. Every 10 minutes, a block is mined. Every 10 seconds or so, every 10 minutes or so, a block is mined. Every 10 minutes, transactions go through it. It's remarkable. There's nothing like that. Whichever one of you can come up with something that is anything like Bitcoin, I will give you $100 right now on the spot. I'll PayPal you on stream, live on air. You can't think of anything because it's never been done before. We invented a piece of technology that looks more like a piece of Mother Nature than a piece of technology. And so it was always going to explode. And so what do we do? Philosophically speaking, how do we succeed? How do we succeed here with Bitcoin? We've got to do a couple of things. I've been doing this for like 8 years, and I think that there's a misconception that people have about teachers, because I'm a teacher. I'm an educator. That's what I do for a living. I think there's a misconception that people have about educators that their job is to make everything super complicated. Nonsense. Bad teachers make everything complicated. You don't know what you're talking about unless you can define what you're talking about in under 3 sentences. But Jab, you don't understand. I work on a rocket ship. I work on rockets at NASA or SpaceX. You don't understand the component that you're working on unless you can define what it does in under 3 sentences. You don't get it. Well, Jeb, there's so many moving components. Exactly, but apparently you don't understand the overall hierarchy of how they all play together. Oh, well, there's 10,000 components. Yes, but this one area of the rocket ship is how we get fuel from the fuel tank to the booster. But Jeb, that's overly simplistic. No, it's not. It's the totality with the details removed. If you cannot explain something in 2 sentences, 3 sentences, you don't get it. I've found out the best way to explain Bitcoin in 1 sentence. Does gold better than gold? 4 words. Does gold, 5 words. Does gold better than gold? In 5 words, that's Bitcoin right there. You all know what gold does. Bitcoin does gold better. Bitcoin does gold better. There's 4 words. Bitcoin does gold better. 4 words. So I've taken that same philosophy of if you don't understand it, you can't explain it. You can't say you understand something without explaining it simply. And I figured out that there are 10 steps and there are 7 laws that we have to apply to our money. And people go, Jeb. Oh my goodness. I'm so tired. And I say, I don't even have to pretend because I went to bed at 3 a.m. last night. So I can be like, it's a real yawn, by the way. I'm method acting. Drop my pen. Let me get that back. I got to have my pen to gesticulate, I'm conducting the chorus out there. I've found that there are 7 laws of money, and people go, I don't care. Jeb, I really don't care. I just want to buy Bitcoin. Okay, cool. You can buy Bitcoin all you want. If you skip all of these laws, or most of them, you're going to fail. Bitcoin is not good enough for you to succeed. Let me say that again for the people in the back who want to hate on me. Bitcoin is not good enough for you to succeed. Jeb, you don't get it. I thought you were a Bitcoin max. I am. I love Bitcoin. You have to court Bitcoin correctly. If you do not have a good relationship with Bitcoin, then you will not succeed in your relationship with Bitcoin. If you want to have a good marriage, there's a few things you have to do. If you're a husband, you need to be understanding and gentle with your wife. Right? Or you won't have a happy marriage. It's that simple. You don't get to get around it. You don't get to be a jerk to your wife and have a good relationship with her. That doesn't work. It's against the law. It's against the natural law. It's against the natural order of things that God put into creation. In the same way, you don't get to succeed with money unless you follow certain laws. Period. Okay? So here they are. The first law of money, to choose to be financially sovereign. God said, and God blessed them and said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it and have dominion over the fish of the sea and the fowl of the air and every living thing that moveth upon the earth. God blessed us. Then he said, make families, subdue the earth and its creatures. That's what that verse says. God blessed us out of his character because he loves us. Then God said, make families and create a society. Use that society to subdue the earth. Why? Because are we put on earth to subdue the earth? No. We're put on earth to glorify God, and we're put on earth to receive the blessing of God. Both. It's an upper relationship and a downward relationship. He blesses us, we glorify him. It's a relationship. It's two ways when it's healthy. For that relationship to work correctly, apparently, according to the author in Genesis, which is God himself, there's something to do with subduing the creation that has an impact on whether or not your relationship with God is right. Be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it. Not be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth, period. Be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it. Apparently, if you're going to be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth correctly, you have to subdue the earth. Have you noticed in cultures where they have absolutely no regard for order, function, chaos, for order, function, law and order, these things that bring order and control and structure, the society fails. Have you noticed that in cryptocurrency, that when you have a thing and you're like, I have no idea how this is going to how it's going to be regulated, it can't grow because it needs to have clear rails. If you want a blessed family and a blessed society, subdue the earth and control the animals and the creatures. And if you're an authority, control the people that you're in control of correctly in a loving way that is not selfish like a dictator, but selfless and others serving. Right? Choose to be financially sovereign. If you're not in control of your money, you're not going to have it for long. Simple. Obey the law or suffer the consequences. Law number 2, live on less than you make. This one's pretty simple. You can drive towards a cliff for a long time if that cliff's a far way away, but eventually you're going to fall off of it. Law number 3, have a written plan for your money. Jesus tells us to count the cost for salvation. What's it going to cost? It's going to cost you everything. Are you ready for that? Now, it'll also save your soul, so it's a good option, but you ought to count the cost, right? We were talking to somebody, and they're in a certain sin, and we weren't being judgmental. We were being very kind to them and loving to them, and we were talking to them about Jesus, and we said, hey, we really encourage you to follow Jesus. Best decision we ever made, but just so you know, when you do, he's going to tell you to let go of this. I need you to count the cost before you do it. You're going to have to let go of that to follow Jesus because what this action that you're in and his character are not in alignment, and following Jesus means you have to pull yourself into alignment with Christ. He doesn't change for you, right? So we count the cost for our salvation. How much also should we count the cost of our money? How much is it going to cost to build a tower? That's what the parable was about in the first place. The guy set out to build a tower, got halfway up, ran out of money, couldn't finish the tower, and everybody laughed him and mocked him to scorn. Count the cost. Have a budget. In the case of investment, have a plan. When are you going to invest? How are you going to invest? Where's the money coming from? Where's it going to go? Cotton Eye Joe, where are you going to store it, etc.? Have a plan. Count the cost. What is it going to take for this thing that you're doing in Bitcoin to succeed? If you don't do that, you'll fail. Bitcoin's not good enough for you to be able to succeed without following these laws. Law number 4, generally avoid debt. There are very few instances. Somebody kind of confronted me on this the other day, like, well, Jeb, what about this with the debt thing? And I said, yeah, no, that's an instance. They said, what if you had to take out a little bit of money to buy a car so you could get to work because you have to have a car and you don't? I'd rather you get to work and have $1,000 of credit card debt. I really would. Well, how about this one? People say this all the time, and I agree with this. Buy a Bible, go into debt if you have to. Totally agree. I would rather you have $20 worth of debt and have a Bible than have no debt and not have a Bible. Is debt sin? No. Generally avoid debt as much as you possibly can. Don't play the debt game. Most people fail with it. Law number 5, save and invest. A fool devours all that he has and has nothing left, and he has to be a pauper in the streets, is what Proverbs says. Jesus says that the servants that went out and doubled their master's money were called blessed, and the one that buried it in the ground, didn't do anything with it, was not blessed. Save and invest. Law number 6. Be radically generous. We're radically generous because God was generous with us. When we bring our financial lives into alignment with He who created us, then we will receive His blessing. And by the way, people also like you when you're generous, which makes your business deals go better. When you do business deals and you say, I could milk a little bit more out of this, but you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make sure the other party is happy with this deal. Then that's where you are able to really succeed, because you end up being in business with that company longer, or that individual longer. And then the zeroth law of money, which was later added, but is the zeroth law of money because it underpins all the other ones, is it's not your money, it's God, so obey him. You are stewarding the wealth here in creation that God made, and he maintains sovereignty over it. It's not my money, it is God's. This is not my channel, it is God's. This is not my microphone, it is God's. I own it under his kingship, and he can strip it away from me at any time, so I better be a good steward of it. Never forget who bought you with a price on the cross, and never forget why they had to, because you're a sinner and so am I, and we need to be forgiven. If you follow those 7 laws of money, you will succeed. If you don't, you won't. It's that simple. It's a little bit like if you're walking on a bridge and you remember that gravity's a thing and you don't jump off of the bridge because you know the law of gravity says, if I jump off this bridge, I'm going to fall and die. Then you don't jump off the bridge and you live another day. It's a little bit like that. When you understand the law that says if you want to succeed with money, then you build a budget and you actually build a budget and follow it, then you will have money. Wow. So we all know these things, or at least most of them. But we need to be reminded, and I need to be reminded. Part of the reason that I share this all the time on the stream is so that I'm reminded when I'm hearing myself in these headphones. I'm not wearing these headphones for no reason. You can hear yourself in them, right? I can hear myself saying this. I'm like, oh yeah, I need to make sure I do that. So Bitcoin has an incredibly bullish 2025. Massive years coming in. Enormous rallies coming in. But if you do not maintain sovereignty over the Bitcoin, for example, you don't have it custodied well and you lose it because it gets destroyed, or lost, or stolen. Then you broke the first law. If you break the second law, and you spend more than you have, and you run out of money, what's going to end up happening is you'll have to sell your Bitcoin to pay for your basic needs because you were living on more than you made. Your lifestyle ate into your investments, and you went backwards, and you didn't grow. Number 3, if you don't have an investment plan, then you're going to haphazardly throw money into Bitcoin every once in a while, and you're going to get a tenth the growth that you could have if you actually had an investment plan. Here's our investment plan. We invest a dollar amount into Bitcoin every single day. And by the way, it's a substantial dollar amount every single day into Bitcoin. It's not like $1. It's a lot of money every single day into Bitcoin. Large portion, like more than 10% of our entire company's income goes into Bitcoin every single month. Every single month. 4th law of money. If you go into debt, you're generally going to get screwed by that. I do not buy Bitcoin with debt. People are like, "Oh, well, Jeb, you could go into debt and you could buy Bitcoin on a 3%, 4%, 5% loan and it'll grow in Bitcoin in dollars in Bitcoin." You could do that, but I believe that we'll be more blessed if we stick to our principle of staying away from debt. Can I do that? Yeah, I could. Do I want debt? No, because I don't want what it does to your spirit. Number 5, save and invest. Well, if you don't invest in Bitcoin, then you're not going to have any. That one's pretty straightforward. 6, be radically generous. If you make a bunch of Bitcoin and you go off and you make your $10 million, and then everyone around you who is struggling, and you could save their life for a couple $1,000s, and you don't, everybody's going to hate you for that. And some of that will be entitlement, and some of that will be justified, because you had the ability to help, and you said you cared, and you didn't. How dare you? People helped you when they had the resources and the ability, and you benefited from it. So don't walk through the door of generosity and slam the door behind yourself. Let me say that again, and please write it down. Don't walk through the door of generosity and slam the door behind yourself. Thou hypocrite. Help people if you're able to. And the 0th law of money. If you don't remember that Bitcoin is God's just as much as the rest of this world is, if you don't have a proper reverence for him, one day you're going to die and you can't bring your Bitcoin with you. And if you don't know Jesus Christ, you will spend an eternity in hellfire, and you don't want that. God has something way better for you, but you have to surrender your life to him. If you remember that the world is his and you give him your soul as well, then you will be saved. If you don't, you'll be a very rich dead person, regretting the fact that you didn't give your life to Christ. Any of you that have any amount of money, I would rather you live the rest of your life in sackcloth with ashes on your head, but know Jesus Christ is your personal Lord and Savior, than to be the richest individual that humankind has ever known and not know Christ. Period. Follow those 7 laws of money if you want to actually succeed in cryptocurrency. If you don't want to succeed in cryptocurrency, then be a fool and start breaking them. Have I been clear? I think so. Maybe a little mean? Nah, I don't think so. Maybe. Rick4962, for probably the 50th time in the history of this channel, has donated $100. Rick4962 is always donating money. Thank you, Rick. Rick4962 has built a lot of wealth in crypto. He sent me the screenshot of his portfolio. I was like, whoa, man, proud of you. So when he donates $100, it's like you guys donating 5 cents. So everybody's like, oh my gosh, Rick donates so much. And it's amazing. I'm very thankful, but he's like, here, you can have some. He's being generous. That's what I'm talking about. Rick, you all know Rick because of his generosity, because of that. And I thank you for that, Rick. He said, without our Heavenly Father, we have nothing. Amen to that. Amen. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the donation, Rick. Much, much appreciated. People will throw all their moral ethics out the window when it comes to making legal money. Yeah, they will. A lot of people will. We don't. That's why we're still relevant 7 years later, because we don't throw our ethics out the window for any amount of money. I cannot be bought. Again, I cannot be bought. You're not going to be able to buy me. And some people don't like that. There are people that don't like me in the cryptocurrency space. Some of their names you would know. Or if you don't know, you would know a lot of the people that they work with because they're behind the scenes kind of folk. I can't be bought. And sometimes people don't like that, but I don't really care, because my mission here is not to be the biggest YouTuber on earth. My mission here is to do crypto YouTube righteously with good moral character. And wherever that leads, fine. If that leads to $10 million, great. If that leads to $1 billion, cool. But I want to walk into heaven knowing that I had the correct moral code guiding every decision I made, and I didn't really care where that led me. Because there are some things that are more important than money. A lot of them. Thoughts on XRP live stream scams. Shows a Brad Garlinghouse deepfake promoting free XRP. Yeah, that's been going on for years. Please watch out for that. Please watch out for that. XRP is, it's got a really good year ahead of it. By the way, if you guys have not already, it is now time to sign up for this Become a Whale competition. There's 5 days left, and the prize pool later on today, it looks like, is going to hit 200,000, which means the top 50 people in this trading competition are going to be able to earn, I think, up to $600. The top 10 people in this trading competition can earn I think it'll end up being $4,000, and the top 1, 2, and 3 people, they're going to earn tens of thousands of dollars. So make sure to sign up for Blowfin with the link in the description box down below and start this trading competition today, because you can still get a high enough trading volume to be able to get massive rewards here. Make sure to sign up for Blowfin, because not only do they have this going on, but we've actually got some XRP spin the wheel stuff going on starting tomorrow, and more trading competitions coming. Blowfin's realized that people love these trading competitions. Lots of them are coming. This is going to become a standard thing on Blowfin, I believe. And so if you're going to trade anywhere, Blowfin's the place to do it, because not only are you getting the best trading experience anywhere in the cryptocurrency space, they've got all the leverage trading you need, all the futures, all the derivatives, all of that. They've got all the cryptocurrencies you could want. They've also, that's where everybody's trading right now, is Blowfin. But you also are going to have access to a lot of these trading challenges, which if you get enough trading volume, which a lot of you guys do, some of you guys are trading in the millions or tens of millions of dollars of volume, you're going to be able to earn major rewards. So big shout out to Blowfin. Make sure to sign up with the link in the description box down below. Join the 2025 Become a Whale $200,000 challenge. Big shout out to Blowfin. Big thank you to them. 5 days left in that challenge. Register now with the link in the description box down below to help out support this channel. Also, make sure, if you have not already, to sign up for NordVPN. NordVPN is the premier VPN software in the entire game, and we've got a coupon code. If you go on over to nordvpn.com/Jeb, then you will find this page right here, our exclusive New Year's deal. Big savings plus 4 extra months. You're going to be able to get NordVPN for 28 months for $93. That is an amazing deal that you're not going to find anywhere else. So make sure, at least to my knowledge, I don't know where else you'd find it. So make sure to sign up for NordVPN with the link in the description box down below, or simply by going to nordvpn.com/Jeb. Hey, check out Lux Algo and Uphold, also a couple of other sponsors of our channel. Big fan of those products and those companies. Love what they're doing. And generally also, oh my goodness, I don't know how I forgot, the Financial Sovereignty Academy. Let me go show this real quick. A new video is out in FinSov Academy, week 3. If you guys don't know what the Financial Sovereignty Academy is, this is the academy where I teach you guys everything that you need to know about money, and that includes everything that you need to know about cryptocurrency. Now, there's a lot of content that is planned here and is coming, but right now we're on a Thursday upload schedule, so there's a new video coming out tomorrow, mañana, on January 19th. Another video is coming out to the Financial Sovereignty Academy. Now, the other thing that you've got to keep in mind is that tomorrow, the price of the Financial Sovereignty Academy is going to be going up from $99 a year to $103 a year. So make sure, if you have not already, to sign up for the Financial Sovereignty Academy before that price hike, because the price is going to be going up. But as you can see, we have new content here. The third week mainline video, Maintain a Written Plan for Your Money, Building a Budget, is here, and it's awesome. This video is amazing, right? You can see the high quality editing that's going on. This is a, obviously it's muted, but see? So a lot going on over there in the Financial Sovereignty Academy. There are videos coming out all of the next 3 weeks, and the plan is for us to be getting even more videos out very soon. My plan for the end of this video is for there to be, for the end of this year, is for there to be over 40 videos in the Financial Sovereignty Academy teaching you guys how to succeed with money, as well as community features. One of the things we're looking forward to doing is a once a month all students call. So for $103 a month, for $103 a year, I'm sorry, $103 a year, that's like $8 a month, you can get access to an academy that's going to teach you how to succeed with money from somebody who's done it the wrong way and done it the right way. We did it the wrong way and made millions of dollars. We're doing it the right way now and making a lot of money as well. And I'm going to show you how to succeed from wherever you are and build a multi-million-dollar net worth, including the investment in the cryptocurrency space. This is going to be an academy that is going to be huge. Lord willing, it's going to take it off to millions of people in it over the next 10, 15, 20 years. It's not going anywhere. This is going to be a nationally known name, the Financial Sovereignty Academy. People are going to be talking about this in the streets. Signing up today, it locks you in at the lowest price that will ever happen. We have a mandatory minimum 3% increase on the price every single year to keep up with inflation. So sign up today for $99 per year, or sign up tomorrow and for the rest of 2025 for $103 per year with the link in the description box down below. So make sure to check it out. I'm very excited about all the content that's coming. A lot of content coming out to FinSov Academy. Right now, we're on a 1 video a week upload schedule over there, and those are timeless videos. It'll be just as relevant in 10 years as they are right now. Are you shaving soon? That's the question right there. I don't know. I'm really not sure. I didn't even intend. Here's the honest truth. Here's the honest truth. I turned on my clipper one day, thing was broken. That's the whole story. I just kind of let it grow out now. I'm like, huh. I think I might just let it grow out a little longer. We'll see. I'm going to let it grow out for a little longer. I don't know. I might trim it. I'm not sure. I don't know if I'm going to shave it or not. You guys should tell me. I asked in chat. I did a poll, and I thought 90% of you were going to say, you should shave it. And then 75% of you said I should keep it, which I was not expecting. So there we go. Dig the beard. Thank you. Appreciate it. I can grow a beard. I just don't all the time. This guy used to hate XRP. Haha. I did. I also used to hate the Lord, but I repented of that, and now I'm a follower of Jesus Christ. Let's see. Bitcoin is like an expensive old car, and now XRP is a new modern car. XRP does something very fundamentally different than Bitcoin. I love XRP, but it is a fundamentally different project than Bitcoin. All right, guys. Well, I hope you did enjoy today's video. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. We're going to go ahead and wrap it out. Make sure to sign up for Blowfin, join that campaign, sign up for the Financial Sovereignty Academy. Go ahead and start learning about how to succeed with money. We're going to teach you exactly how to do it. And before I go, guys, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Oh!